Hey guys, sorry. You can see the burnouts I did on with my 34 Ford the other night on live on YouTube. Anyways, today I'm gonna install the new links I got a while back from Amazon. They were pretty cheap, so well affordable. So I got these guys. But when I actually received them, the bent one, I actually received four of the same side. So it actually didn't match. So yes, this does flip, but it's actually bent on a different side than what this is. So it's bent up. So now this side is bent up, this side is bent up. So you actually need two different ones to actually make it work. But when I actually received the package, I received four of them. So it took me quite a while to get two other ones. The guy on Amazon did ship it, so there was no issues with that. Hey, John Martin, how you doing? I am doing a Zoom, so if you do want to come in, I can invite some people in, but you'll have to shut off your video so you don't actually come on the video, and you could actually read the chat for me if you want, or somebody wants to. So basically, I did receive them. Meanwhile, I had to get my son's Wraith online and working, so I did get another set from Axial for the front. So I did kind of already put it, but I'm going to take off the set I got now because I want all of them to be the same, all the same lengths. So let's get that together. I'm just going to click on the invite button there. There's the invite. It's done. So I did install some other links on there, and the old links, they were custom made. So they are on there, and usually you don't have to take off the bottom pan for it. But the guy that actually owned this Wraith before actually did some custom rock sliders here, and it's actually pinned between the two plastic parts here. Kind of a genius little way he's done it, but I don't have access to the screws for the upper links. So for me to do this now, I'm going to have to take apart the bottom skid plate, just lift it up a bit for me to get access to this. But like I mentioned, I did install these, but I want everything to be the same. So I will be removing them. I will be keeping them as a spare. But the rear one, since I was missing it, still has that weird, funky, custom-made one that was actually there. So let's take off the skid plate. Usually I don't use a drill, but there's so many friggin' screws to take off, and unscrewing is not bad. There's 8 screws to take off. That's a lot of friggin' screws. Son's actually playing Xbox, and my wife is actually upstairs working today. So hopefully I don't take too much of their bandwidth for them to keep doing what they're doing. But soon find out. Somebody come crawling down here and saying, hey, it's not, my internet is slow. So on this Wraith, there's barely any modification done on it. The cage was previously painted silver, or kind of a silverish gold, but it did scratch off a lot. So this is my son's first Wraith. That was his first crawler, actually, that he got. Really enjoyed it. And so we'll take off the front link here off. Since the skid plate is off. Almost lost my screw. This is a last minute stream that I'm doing. I'm actually doing it live, fixing something live. I need a pair of pliers. I love working with needle nose that are bent a little bit. It just makes it easier access to get those screws that are inside and hidden. Oh, this is a big one. Put the drill away, get my bigger one, 2.5. Keeps turning on me, not cooperating. Come every time you're on a live video, it never cooperates. Come on, line up in the hole. That's what she says. I got the nut out. Yay. Don't you just like it when something does not cooperate? I did install these. They're pretty good. They're very strong. They are the metal ones, but I want everything to be the same. So, hey Eddie, how you doing? Just swapping out some links here on the Wraith. Tricky part is putting that long screw back in there. And it actually fell inside, where it's a little tougher to get. Got it. I'm trying to do this without putting my head in the way. Making sure I got the right link at the right place. When you got big, thick fingers, sometimes it makes it a little bit trickier. Come on, get in there. Okay, one hole. There we go. Grab the nut. Those are two upper links. Installed. Just trying to coordinate my fat fingers. Now this might be easier if I lay it down flat, but I do kind of want you guys to actually see a little bit what I'm doing. And just to screw it back to make sure I don't strip it, I will use the hand tool. It's one side. Hey Brandon, how you doing? Yes, I am doing a live video. This is a live video. The link is a little bit above if you want to join in, or if anybody wants to join in and chat with me while I'm doing this. But like I mentioned, you will have to turn off your video because I want people to actually see what I'm doing. I did not send a link to everybody to actually join in. Maybe I should have, because I do want to make this more of an install than a live chat. I might do a live chat today, a little later, just for the fun of it, because it is Saturday. People are locked up and closed in, and everybody's at home, so it might be a good thing. I'm actually putting links on the Wraith. I did put metal links a while back, but I ordered some. They screwed up on the order. Finally got all the parts back. So now I'm just finishing and installing everything on the Wraith that should be there. So, and the way I like it. And this is my son's Wraith. It was his first crawler with big tires, because when I got it for him, he was around 5 years old now. So this is about 5-year-old Wraith. So I'm giving it some love and giving it new parts. Still got the same dry shafts on it. Not a lot of upgrade on this Wraith. The Wraith is a very good little platform to play with and have fun with, even though you don't put money in it. It's a very well rounded truck that performs very good without putting upgrades on it. But of course, a lot of people, they actually do put a lot of upgrades. This has the original shocks that were on the Wraith. Nothing wrong with them. They do leak or lose their oil a little bit. So every 2 or 3 years, you could take them apart and fill them up again, or do an upgrade and get better shocks. But I never bothered. I just open them up once in a while and put oil in it. Like these ones, I haven't touched them in 4 years, I believe. So that. This is a different Wraith. This is completely different. I have two. This is my son's Wraith. The other Wraith is my donor Wraith that I got. So the other one has orange parts on it, but this one does not. And the links were homemade on it, and they were falling apart. So I decided to do an upgrade after many years of using this Wraith. So, and I decided to go a different color with this. Well, actually, when I ordered the parts, I did not even know I was going to receive the other Wraith. So this is just gunmetal because it's got the original body on it. And the original body is kind of a gray-green body. I did buy this Wraith use 5 years ago, and never really put a lot of money in it. The only thing I did is change the servo because the servo did go on it. And I did change the ESC because my son wanted drag brake. So those are the two things I've done to this, is change the ESC, and this is a third thing I've done to it, is give it new links. Well-rounded in the gut. I think we all are at a certain age there. You get well-rounded in different spots. Sweet. And I like these links better than the metal one. They just look so much better because they got like a pattern to it, and these are just like plain and plaid and blah. So nothing too exciting about them. Nothing to write home about. And like I mentioned, the guy did install some metal sliders here, and they're installed right where the screw is to actually catch the bottom link. So that's why I actually took the bottom plate off. Usually you don't have to take them off, but in this case I had to. I gotta get off those cheeseburgers. That's true. Hey Brad, how you doing? There is a link a little higher up if you want to come in and chit chat, but I'm looking more for somebody to read the chat while I'm actually working. Got to get myself a secretary. Jack's probably sleeping right now. It's midnight where he is, so another good reason why I'm doing this chat right now, this install, is because Jack can't come in because he's sleeping. No, it's not. I'm just teasing you guys. I love the old guy. Get in there. No, turn off your video.
Oh.
Thank you.
Sorry, Frank.
Some people, sometimes they just don't listen.
It was
Right,
an accident, Frank.
So I decided to do a quick live video showing me installing the links I got on Amazon.
You know, someone was asking what happened to guy in Boston, was it Pat Martin?
Hold on, the audio on my PC is very low, so let me bring it up again. Where's my mouse? Okay, go ahead. What was it you saying?
Someone was asking about Pat Martin, the guy you saw in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering where he's been. He used to join our chat more frequently.
Okay, come on. Now I gotta line everything up to put that last link in.
For a second, I thought you were doing the Tamaya.
I might do a live stream building a Tamaya, but
Yeah. Jake was thinking of getting one for Class 1 comp. The CCO2. Trying to give him all the information I can find for him.
Oh, yeah. Okay, one more to go, and that's the back one, because it did ship me the wrong one. That was not bent the right way. So this one should be good to go in there. And the bottom one's always tougher because you get that long, stupid screw that's on top of the axle.
So, did you get a thunderstorm last night?
We got a thunderstorm?
I did earlier, very early this morning.
Oh, yeah? No, no thunderstorm here.
It's supposed to be the mid-60s soon here. Then it's going to get back into the 40s again, upper 40s.
I gotta back out the screw, but not too far because I'm only taking one side off. So do you still have tools to work on your RCs, or you got rid of all of them, Brad?
No, actually, for some reason, I was able to, after that fire 17 years ago, I was able to.
Yeah, after the fire, you lost everything?
Yeah, I managed to save lots of stuff, which was strange because that went back all the way to my high school years when I was in auto mechanics. And a lot of those lived. The thing that I originally had that held them died. But I wish I had more. I'd like to have some nice tools like you do for the hobby.
Well, it gets expensive to get started, and
yeah.
But once you get one RC, you start building, you start doing some stuff. But where it gets expensive is when you start doing customization, like the stuff I do, and then you realize, oh, geez, I need this tool, I need that tool. So it gets.
I usually, the only thing I usually do, I've modified a Radio Shack car. I think I've told you about several times, but I usually get a better motor and ball bearings all the time when I get a car, and that's what I usually do. Some I may venture, with what goes on with the hobby now, I may just, certain things I might get oil-filled shocks for them, especially from the Tamayas. They don't always come with oil-filled dampers, so.
Yeah, people in the chat are saying you can't read the chat, so you're a bad secretary for me today.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Frank. You know I don't have a computer.
Yeah, I know. So I'll keep my head up and I'll keep checking you guys for the chat.
I haven't gotten a lot of sleep these days.
Come on, you get in there.
You always seem to be you seem to always be bushy-tailed all the time I see you. Doesn't matter what time of day.
Yeah, had to push in it. Had to give it some elbow grease. Metal links are so nicer than plastic, but they were expensive at the beginning. But now you can actually find them a heck of a lot cheaper nowadays, which is good.
Pretty much everybody's making them for pretty much to fit anything, if you think about it.
Yeah, but not, there's a lot of people making them, but not everybody's handy with their hands. So getting suppliers, or the more they make, then the price comes down. And that's what's been happening on Amazon, eBay, and all that. There is some people that takes advantage and keeps the price up because they're trying to get as much money as you can. Hey, that's business. That's what people do. People do have to eat. People do have to stay alive. And
Yeah, racing makes a lot of decent stuff for a low price.
Yeah.
And
GPM also, they have a lot of metal parts. They've been around for a long time, but GPM has been under criticism from a lot of people. For many years, they were using subgrade aluminum, so the aluminum parts weren't that good. But in the past 3 years, they've really upped their game and changed the parts that they were using.
maybe they were having a hard time getting aircraft aluminum because that's usually the best stuff.
Yeah. Well, when you're starting off the business too, you don't know, and you try to get the cheapest part and to give the product at the best price to other people. So sometimes it's just manufacturing, but you don't realize when you do that, you cheap out and the part is not that good. And it's your name. So that's why GCM Racing, they always use pretty good parts. Wow. So I got to install the wheels. All the links are there. I got to re-put my slider, my skid plate, I mean.
You know what I'd like to see? That special metal. I'd like to see that special metal on RC cars that they made for special metal that they make on F1 cars. The Ingersoll metal, whatever they call it.
Not
It's
sure.
lightweight. It's very lightweight. Such with an eye. Very lightweight and strong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Someone might know the name of it who follows F1.
Anytime somebody's using a drill on this, especially right now I'm drilling in plastic, slow down. Don't go fast.
That melts it.
Hey?
Yeah, so that melts it.
Yeah, it is going to melt it. Especially if it's the first time you're screwing into the plastic, because there's a lot of friction, so it will melt. But when you're screwing it on for the second time, the threads are there, so it's a little easier. But it's when you get to the end, you really got to stop and not like, you're not drilling a hole, you're screwing, so you got to slow down. Another good thing is using a clutch. So when you have a clutch and you set it up at the lowest number, like that, when you're drilling, it actually stops and it from stripping it.
I think the only type of plastic or polymer that you should use a faster speed is probably carbon fiber.
Okay.
But that would make sense to you, doesn't it? Because it's stronger than steel technically when it's done right.
Remember the first time I got the Wraith and the first motor that blew on this. That's another thing I changed on here is the motor. And I had to take the motor apart and I had to figure out, okay, how do I get access to this? So at first I started taking the body apart and then realized, man, there's a lot of screws because I'm trying to access the motor from the top down. But there's so many screws on this, it's crazy. And then I realized that if you take the bottom plate and the whole thing comes off, so there is still a lot of screws to take off, but it's a heck of a lot easier to get access to motor from the bottom.
John's joined us.
Oh, John, how you doing, John?
He could read people's stuff.
Yep. John's in the chat. John's in the video.
No. Yep.
Yeah, once I finish this, we can open up the videos and things like that. And I can start working on something else. My desk is crazy dirty.
Is it like that at work?
No. But I started cleaning some stuff because I want to start working on my semi truck from Tamiya. And I realized, okay, this is still apart. So I wanted to put it away, but it's still apart. So I knew I had a couple things to do to fix it. So, okay, since I'm cleaning, I'm going to finish it real quick and then I'm going to keep cleaning. So that's why I decided to finish this off.
Anyways, the semis are bigger and you need longer and you need to have more space.
So So these links, they look nice and sexy with those holes. It's actually upside down on the video.
You flip it up sideways so we can see where you're trying. Yes, shove them. There you go.
Yeah.
Those links look pretty thick.
Yeah, they're very nice. So
aren't they
these
supposed to
shocks,
also?
there is a little bit of oil. I should maybe take them apart, but they're still okay. I can still feel them a little bit. I guess they're low on oil a little bit, but hey, this is just for fun and having fun bashing. I'm not racing with it. I don't care too much about the performance. When I received it, the metal in front, the green one was there. So I was thinking of green links, but I couldn't find any because it would have been so nice with the green on the Wraith, but I didn't see any. So I just got the gunmetal.
Those links look like they're good for side-to-side motion too. So.
Oh yeah.
Better than the circular ones. The ones that are like that are probably look like they're better for that, and because they're usually on maybe almost a millimeter thicker.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Now I gotta. When we were at the G6 last year, one of the truck didn't want to go anymore, wasn't working, or didn't want to move. But then it was just a switch on my remote, which I noticed at the end. But I actually took the electronics out of here to actually put it in the other truck, and I never got to put it back properly. So today, the ESC is still loose, so I just got to glue it, and I got to put the receiver back in the receiver box. Because the receiver box is actually, here's the orange receiver. These were great. They used to sell a ton of those until Spectrum upgraded the firmware, and you can't use them anymore.
It's orange translucent plastic. Hey Frank, you miss work even though you like spending a lot of time with your family?
The what?
No, you asking me again what I said?
Right, he still does work. He works from home.
Yeah, I'm working from home.
I misunderstood the situation for you.
Oh yeah? I don't know. I've been working all week and working from home. So getting a receiver box, you got to do it from the bottom.
Someone on the news yesterday said that with what's going on with this situation, it seems like more people are going to say they seem to like working from home. And they said, wow, this looks like this could lead to a new thing.
This is crazy because now people are coming back from vacation, are on quarantine, and now some people are saying, this is like on the news. I was listening. A guy says, "This is my last day of quarantine. I can go out now. Yay!" And they're thinking because he went on vacation, and they're thinking, like, "Wait a minute. I never went on vacation, and I'm on quarantine for whatever days. So, no, you're not allowed to. That doesn't mean you're allowed to go fraternize with other people. Stay at home, and yeah, you can go do your groceries, but be careful."
I just know that they were saying it may start up new things, and the companies may modify their situation where they can allow people to work at home.
Yeah.
And it might save them money in the long run, but they still would have the same employees.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of companies that's going to have to change their structure for now to accommodate what's going on in the world. That's for sure.
It may stay that
Just
way.
Think with everybody working at home, these companies will need smaller buildings.
Yep.
Yep.
And there's their heating and lighting and all the electrical and all that other stuff costs cut almost, in half, if not more.
Yeah, they also said that people would need to come in at least once a week, and that is it, and then they can go back and do their work for them at the house because of the computers and stuff.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you need half if you have half your workforce only coming in once a week, you stagger it, which days they come in, you still need less area.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that they do need people to actually come in to work and work on the machine or work on some stuff, and you can't all do it from work from home. But
Yeah, that's mainly what you want IT and
Yeah. They have to work with the main servers and stuff for the company, so they have to keep an eye on those things. But they're the other employees.
you can't change just
well,
can't
just like
change a server blade
I
from
was saying
home.
last night, Great Hobbies closed the doors. Geez, wait a minute. Why do I have the receiver was in here? That's okay. I probably put this for something else, but anyways.
Yeah, they could still have a brick and mortar store just to show off or have people test the items they want to buy too if they're nearby. But you know what I'm trying to say, and then they can go. Some of the employees would go home. That you have a day where they're in the store, and then a day out where they're helping do sales over online.
Mm.
I personally don't want to see total brick and mortar stores go away because it's better to sometimes. It's really good to just see the item you want to buy because, you know.
Not only that, but just think if you need something, yeah, you're gonna just go get it. If it breaks today, you're not gonna want to wait 4 or 5 days to get it.
Yeah.
Depending on where it's coming from and how they're shipping.
Yet they also could rotate how many people they need in the store a day, but all of the employees can still work at home.
Yeah.
Does anybody know that Lowe's is going out of business, or they're being bought by a company here in my state called Menards?
Don't know. Never heard about it.
You know Lowe's.
Yeah, I know Lowe's. They bought out a lot of stores here, and they're here everywhere now. But they bought out Rona, which was a big company here, and they bought out a bunch of different people. But anyways, but now they're closing some stores. And
Yeah, they're doing a restructure.
yeah.
I also heard that Menards is more. I mean, they do the same thing, but they sell the same stuff for cheaper. So I also heard that they might be buying them out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. They buy out the competition. That's for sure.
There'd still be Home Depot. That there's still going to be those two main brands, but it's just going to have a different name.
Mm-hmm. Just way too many things in this receiver box. And then when you try to close it, that stupid rubber comes off.
Oh, great. They're saying we're having flash flood warning where I am.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we've had a lot of rain for the last 12 hours.
Yeah, I think we got like almost an inch and a half where I am.
So quick tip, if you have grease, this is marine grease, put it in a syringe. Makes it way easier for you guys to actually put it back together. What I'm doing right now is the seal keep coming off. So I'm actually going to put some grease around the edge just so it becomes sticky and tacky. And then my seal should stick better all the way around and won't move as much.
And also keep the dirt out.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
The Holmes Hobby says that he said his brushless motors are waterproof, but he does suggest if you have a sensor when you put that type of grease around that area.
Mm-hmm.
To keep the water out and stuff.
See, now that I put marine grease around the edges, I can actually maneuver this and the seal actually stays in there.
Seeing more and more people love the marine grease. It's also good for cars to thicken up the gears.
That was so much easier. I was struggling with this, trying to put it back together, and it kept moving on me. And just by putting that, it just stops everything. So what are you guys doing today?
I gotta try to sleep some more.
You're gonna sleep? What do you mean you're gonna sleep?
I haven't slept. I mean, I slept for like 5 hours last night and then been up ever since. And then I went to bed for a couple of hours and then I went online because I couldn't sleep. And I don't know. I was maybe having some type of anxiety attack. And I don't know. And that's why I found you. And I was like, oh, I'm surprised he's having a chat.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just waking up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
the wife was watching all the news and this, that, and the other, and freaking out about stuff. And
right now, it's a thirst for information instead of against it. So because of this issue.
Oh, everything on the news is COVID, coronavirus. It's like, okay, enough.
And now it's they're talking more about the stimulus that's happening. I should have a check in less than 4 weeks. It's supposed to happen that way.
Yeah, they said something about April 6th.
So that's about 2 weeks.
Yeah. No, actually, it's like 9 days.
Yeah, that would be quicker than 2 weeks. That's for sure.
Yeah, it all depends on the curve of if people are less sick or see if they got control of it. And
some areas do, and some areas are still trying to peak out and drop.
I know Michigan's on the rise.
Which place?
Michigan's on the rise.
Where he lives. That means certain areas near Michigan. That means certain parts of Canada could have that problem.
Yeah, us is in Quebec. Seems to be a lot of people in Quebec, but that's to me is the one that travels the most. The Quebecers, they're the one that really likes to travel and go everywhere. And right now they're really feeling it.
New York too.
Oh yeah.
Yep. They're expecting things to go up quickly, and then they think they're going to settle out.
Yeah, one of our competitors is closed indefinitely now.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of let's see what happens now. Let's see how the dominoes start falling.
Yeah.
That's what my wife was freaking out about, finding out what's going on. Oh, and what do I got to do? And how are we going to pay stuff? And I'm like,
are you guys still working?
After listening to it
from home, or you?
No. I work at a casino, so.
Okay. Yeah, our government has actually, for people that actually lost their jobs, they're offering $2,000 a month, and that's for 3 months so far, that you can actually apply for. So that's going to help.
Sounds like unemployment in a matter of speaking.
It's a little bit, but then, and now that's another thing. The people on unemployment are bitching and saying, "Hey, we need help too." Like, why do they need help? You're still going to be at home. Why do you need more money? Like, I don't get that. Why are the unemployment people bitching that they want more money?
Technically, people rather get back to work and have to deal with this.
Yeah,
but the governments have
not the people on unemployment.
The government does have a responsibility to everybody who's involved, and this is happening around the world. This is going to be a world's Great Depression at this point. They said the unemployment went sky high after this incident, and they said it was worse than it was in the crash of '29. because but there's a lot more people in our country now than then. So that's why it's so high.
Mm.
But this could lead to depression throughout the whole world.
Oh yeah, it's going to affect a lot of things and a lot of money, and a lot of people are going to be affected by that. But we'll have to see what's going to happen.
Even though I try to stay away from the conspiracy ideas. I mean, just fill your head because this is just so bad. But any country that did this is now going to also suffer real bad because of it. So it was a stupid idea if they did try to do something because they're hurting themselves economically.
Well, on a good note, I counted how many toilet paper rolls I have at home, and I got still 34 rolls, so I'm good for a bit.
But are you good on meat?
That's not important. As long as you have toilet paper, you're all good. Come on. I got to find my tires.
Oh, are you good on isopropyl alcohol too?
Tires. The original rims, original tires.
Some of those look really worn out, Frank.
No, they're not. They're just dirty. Still got a lot of thread on these.
Because some of it looked like you have some slick spots going down the center of the tire.
Oh yeah.
I think it just might be the way the camera's looking at it.
It's not picking up the detail, which is unusual because Frank has a 4K camera in there, don't you, Frank?
Yeah, that camera on top is a very good camera. Yeah. It's a very expensive camera I got from work. Ripshaw. The only thing these is the glue is really drying, and whoever put glue, they glued too much glue off the side, so now it's all cracking. But they're still stuck very much in there.
Oh, wherever it starts to separate, you'll just fill it up again.
Oh yeah. And I'm going to use my trusty tool that I won from Driftomaniac on his reverse slalom challenge.
That challenge was one of the ones that drove me the most nuts.
Why?
It just seemed more crazy to me. To me, it was a boring type of situation.
A boring type of situation.
Yeah.
Well, that's why there's people make different challenges. It's just people like different things. So.
You gonna try the new one?
What is the new one?
What is his new one?
His new one, he's doing it until I think it's like the 6th of April, and it's how many jumps you can do with an RC in a minute.
Oh, yeah?
Sort of like skipping a rock over water. You think about it.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, if it wasn't raining, I'd be building a couple more jumps and probably outside taking the Max out just to jump around and get some video.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the Max is waterproof, it's just who wants to be out there right now with all this going on?
Exactly. I don't want to be out there in the rain if I don't have to.
Yeah, especially in the rain, and then you'll start coughing, and then people are gonna want to stay away from you.
Yeah,
no, I'm already coughing a little. So.
Well, that's probably because you smoke, but
oh yeah,
yeah. But what's if you think about it, the surfaces outside are probably safer to touch because UV kills all types of things like that from UV light. UV light kills all that stuff. So so trees and concrete and your car, if there was any COVID-19 on it, it'd be dead now because of the UV light.
So that's how it works.
Yes. Remember, they say sunlight is a good disinfectant, is the best disinfectant.
There. Now me and my son can go outside and have some fun with the Wraith and try a jumping challenge. That means I got to build some ramps.
Is your son really good at crawling?
Oh yeah, he's been crawling since he was 2 years old, and he's 10 now.
You know what? I was talking a long time on Thursday with Jake, and his son is really good at it. And I said, well, Aaron's son's really good at it too. He was a natural as soon as I saw him first use his vehicle like that. So now there could be a 3-way challenge with your son and those two. If you guys could do that, if you guys could get to Aaron's place for his crawl thing he does. But I was telling that there'd be people on the side. I could see Aaron. You know, he likes to joke around. It shows people taking out the money, saying, "Let's make bets. Who's gonna win?"
Well, there is some parents like that are challenging and always put their kids in challenges and so on. And but I'm not like that. My kid, challenge yourself before comparing yourself to others, and do the best you can, and that's what counts.
Well, we got a severe thunderstorm warning in. I'm getting a bunch of warnings right now.
There we go. All done. Links are in. Wheels are in. So time to have some fun with it. She's back and I can put it on the shelf.
That would be a fun thing if all you guys could get together with your kids and see whose kid is better.
I need more shelves. I need more shelves.
Eventually, you're going to need a new house.
Yeah, that too.
That too. Oh, I need another 1,000 square feet in the house, so I gotta go get a new house just to support your RC around all of it around your RC. The house has to.
I need room. I need more room. Gonna put my Blizzard somewhere else.
You never got to make a video with that in the wintertime, did you?
No, this year I was kind of busy inside. I didn't go too much outside in the winter.
Shen always manages to use his in the wintertime.
There, I put it in a scale garage. Like that I can take pictures.
Seems like that's going to be the new hot thing. Everybody needs to get a scale garage.
Oh, it's been the hottest thing for a few years now.
Yeah, but it seems like I'm hearing more about people wanting it for themselves now than it was before.
Oh my God, there's
kind of like drag racing.
There's dirt. There's dirt on my thing.
You got a little vacuum?
Yeah. There we go.
Do you think
get up in little canned air?
So can you guys see here the skid marks?
Yeah.
I was yesterday with the 34 Ford. It actually melted the plastic.
Was it yesterday or was it a couple days ago?
Couple days ago.
Thursday, yeah, Thursday night. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I almost did a live stream yesterday when I saw Steve-O was not there.
I
started live stream.
I sent him a message to ask how he's feeling.
Okay.
I haven't heard back from him.
So who ran it on Friday, if it was even up?
There was nobody. There was Scale Builders Guild that was on, and but that's about it. So at 9:30, I almost wanted to start one, but then I was debating. I go, as soon as I start one, he's probably going to start one. And then at 10 o'clock, he wasn't there. I almost started it again. And then at 11 o'clock, 11:30, I just went upstairs, closed down everything. So
after his surgery, he's not been the same.
He's got lot going on with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with this coronavirus, it's probably put them to the sidelines too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's probably buried deep in a corner.
Yeah.
Hiding.
And probably gonna go to the hardware store today. I think it's still open. Well, I got to go to the office first and pick up some a new chair for the office here, because it's just not comfortable, the chair I have to work. So I'm gonna get an office chair with more ergonomic.
It's more. Yeah, I think you're going in the right direction. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if you have a store called what is it that sells like supplies, they sell those type of chairs too.
Yeah, it's Staples.
Staples, and there's another one, Office Depot.
Office Depot, yeah. But the chair I have does not lock. So as soon as I lean back, my chair comes whoop, and then I'm working like, no, it's not good. I need a chair
Instant
that
recliner.
Locks. Yeah, it's almost like a recliner, my office chair. So I got to get a better one. There's some at work, so I was just going to take my wife's SUV. It's bigger, so it'll fit in there. So take that to work today and come back with a new chair. And once everything's over, I'll bring it back.
You have a fairly old car, if I remember correctly, or when you went to Scale Builder. What's his name now? Out 2 hours from you.
An older car. What kind of car? What do you mean?
When you went to see that guy do that video with him, I forgot his name.
Chris at GCM?
Yeah, Chris at GCM. Yes. I thought your car was older for some reason. I don't know why I was thinking that.
No, the car I drive is actually a 2020 Elantra.
Oh, I didn't know you had a 2020 Elantra. Yeah.
I had to buy it last minute just before the winter because my motor in my Chevrolet just stopped working. The timing belt went on it and it blew 2 pistons. And then it was going to cost me $6,000 to get fixed, put a new motor in there.
You'll probably also messed up.
Yes. So sometimes you got to figure out when to cut your losses on a car like that.
Yeah. Well, $6,000, I would have had to get a loan, and it's a personal loan, and the interest would have been really high. So I just went to the Hyundai dealer, got an Elantra for $70 a week. So like that's pretty good for $70 a week. So,
yeah, can't go wrong there.
No, it would have cost me more to fix the other one. Like a payment, it would have cost me more for payments. So.
Yeah, $6,000 loan will probably cost you almost $8,000 when you're said and done. So you might as well go the 15 or 20 or 25 and be done with it.
Yep.
Yeah, but right now, a lot of the auto dealers are doing 6 months deferred under this coronavirus thing.
Did you guys ever see this guy on RC 4-wheel drive? I don't know if he's got a name or whatever, but I did get this from Fred. So it's an RC 4-wheel drive teddy bear. And it's the first time I actually saw it. So I saw, hey, that's kind of cute. I'm thinking of putting it in my Savage. It actually has room to put it in there.
The Savage is what, an 8 scale?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be a 10th scale, but it's a friggin' massive truck.
Sort of like the Max, which is supposed to be 10th scale, and it's still a massive truck.
The other one I want to put in there maybe is the Crazy Frog.
Yeah, if you had more room, you'd have a 5th scale car, at least one of those.
Too much stuff. Well, I'm not sure how long I've been streaming, but I will keep cleaning some stuff. I wanted to fix the Wraith, and now it's back up on the shelf right behind me, right there. My back is too big, so people can't see all the trucks. So we'll cut this short. Thank you for jumping in. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And on your way out, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. And I might do another live stream later on this afternoon. So like I said, I'm cleaning up some stuff here, moving some stuff around. I do have to go to my work, which is Saturday. Nobody's there, so I should not meet anybody. Pick up the chair and bring it to my house. So
A live stream. What time? What afternoon time you talking about? Late afternoon.
yeah, it's probably going to be later this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get this body taped up at some point today, and I don't know with the rain and stuff if it would be even worth it to try to spray it.
I wouldn't do it. Too much moisture in the air.
And I want to get some. These are the wood panels for the hot rod. I want to stain them a dark red. So I want to
cherry wood.
Yeah, cherry wood might work, but I wanted to like match with the black and the red flames. So I'll bring a sample at the store, and they do have different. Sometimes they have a board, and they have, if you have pine, this is what it looks like for the stain. So I'll look around.
Maybe one day you could do a teak color.
Cool. So thanks a lot, guys, for jumping in. Appreciate it. And hopefully this was interesting for some of you guys, how to install the links, and it was quick and easy. So we'll talk to you guys later.
All right.